Abusia de odi ahwede ebafie no no an den once na eso bafie President John Dramani Mahama nei okoko pie mu Parliament House ekoko deliver the State of the Nation address ekoko so pa ban a wafiri so ye pa dan eye the inheritance ana dodode a onya efiri aban wa sebe no mokasai 2 months nie na enso so na kɔ ne abadie ni na ekoso dwodwo a ekakodo a wabɔ over 60 million ebusuya right after so deliver a State of the Nation address and the deputy former deputy finance minister Ira Stephen Amoa and so monto a stage a meeting the media and so the real State of the Nation address and kasa esom Ghana for etimi a dispute and someone and I say a yes so pa a John Dramani Mahama and so pa MPP Apuu You Call our parliament na menjin kanini na your audio ni videos were higher the someone amu etie responder the minority caucus ewo edema this SONA President John Dramani Mahama be deliver ne our parliament ne asresem ba akwa na nika enso so the national pledge the national anthem ubedru baby I mean the last part and help us to resist oppressors rule baby and the MPP Apuu You Call ebo hu ye pe chanto wachi na nini na no ye de beso mo ha ewonim de ani.
There's one thing I want you to know, that our president did not address the true state of the nation's with a lot time will not allow me. One statement that he made that I was very much surprised was the fact that we had left billions of cedis at the defense ministry. I'll hand over to you. At the defense ministry, unprecedented achievements in the area of acquisition of equipment that has given us security as a country. He did not talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, our president failed to talk about the fact that Agenda 111 is ongoing and that some of the projects we have completed them. Government is about continuity. Government is about continuing what has been done. You remember the popular affordable house by Omampenyi Kufuor. Previous government, being the NDC, abandoned this project. It had to take Nanado and Baumia's government to even complete those projects. Now he talked about railway sector. Tell me in the history of this country, apart from Nanado's government, who has accomplished unprecedented projects in the area of railway sector? Driving from here to Ho, you encounter about such major railway projects for crossing the roads. We have commissioned some of them and even brought into practice or operation coaches that are operating now. So if the president is trying to create the impression that the economy was so bad and it was criminally mismanaged, that is the reason he's been given the mandate. And that is why he was trying to intimidate the judiciary by describing the judiciary in a bad way. But ladies and gentlemen, the same economy was able to take care of the poor child, implementing more intervention in kind and in cash on the continent of Africa and on the globe. But for free SHS, over 100,000 young ones would have been home. But for Nanado's government, NHIS had already collapsed under first Mahama's administration. School feeding had collapsed. LIP had collapsed. In fact, teachers and nurses' allowances, the most essential services in any economic jurisdiction, is education and health. But he cancelled all of them, making some of poor Ghanaians coming home only to be confronted with unwanted pregnancies. And some got into drugs. So we are saying that MPP government, in spite of the economic crisis that was unprecedented since the First World War, we've been able to restore the economy. We handed over a restored economy to the Mahama government. A working economy, operationally, it was so fundamentally correct that in of primary indicators, in terms of secondary macro indicators, in terms of education, in terms of agriculture, in terms of health, they actually inherited a better economy. All the payments he's talking about, where did they get money from? Where did they get money from? Within this shortest possible time, they have borrowed almost 59 billion Ghana cedis. Only in 50 days. Less than 2 months. Less than 2 months. Mohammed's administration has borrowed 59 billion, unprecedented. So all that we are telling you is that Ghanaians have given them the mandate. Ghanaians are expecting them to treat everyone, whether you are from the north or south or central part of Ghana, whether you are Nilaye or Kwame Asante or Delali or Amegashi. Ghana is one country with one people, with one destiny. Why are they even sacking nurses and teachers? Whilst in most of the communities in the northern part, Ashanti, and in the Volta region, they don't even have teachers and nurses. In conclusion, we want to tell you that in the first place, the economic figures have indicated us that we left a better economy. Secondly, the proper policies that are betterly managed. Our economy was good enough. The process of it have been used to manage the proper policies. Another thing that we left was a better security, safety, fundamental human rights. Ghana was peaceful. We were living together till they took over. So we don't want you people to go out there and be deceived. At the appropriate details of every bit of the economy and then the social framework of this country that we left as a government. Go and count the number of STEM schools we built. Go and count the number of school buildings we put up. Go and count the number of health facilities. Go to the police. Go to the army. Go to all the security agencies. Unprecedented developmental achievements. So in conclusion, I would like to conclude by saying that the MPP government actually left a well-restored economy after what Ghana went through as a result of the severe economic crisis. Ghanaians were still enjoying the social interventions that I named all of them. Yes, Ghana went through challenges, but before we left, these challenges had been dealt with and the economy had been put on a very sound footing for the NDC government to continue the good job that we did. Thank you very much for giving us your attention.
All right, so that was the former Deputy Minister of Finance.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Your Excellency, the spouse of the President, Your Ladyship, the Chief Justice, our honorable members of Parliament, honorable members of the Judiciary, distinguished leaders of our security services, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our revered Nime Name, chiefs, traditional rulers, religious leaders, the national chairmen of political parties and executives, the good people of Ghana, I wish you a very good morning. Mr. Speaker, Article 67 of the 1992 Constitution requires that the President address the people of Ghana in whom sovereignty resides on the state of the nation. About 30 years ago, in 1996, I took my first steps in public service when I was elected to this august house as the Member of Parliament for the Bole Bamboy constituency. For 12 memorable years, I forged many enduring friendships and alliances while working with colleagues from both sides of the House to shape Ghana's legislative agenda and advance the development of our beloved country, Ghana. It has also been nearly a decade since I said goodbye to this House after delivering what many, including myself, thought at the time would be my final address to Parliament. God Almighty, Providence, and the unpredictability of life have summoned me here once again. On the back of a historic electoral mandate from the people of Ghana to deliver a message on the state of the nation. That mandate came with an unprecedented majority in Parliament. And here I am once again to deliver a message on the state of the nation. Mr. Speaker, I wish to convey my heartfelt gratitude to Parliament for the prompt vetting and approval of my nominees for ministerial positions. This efficiency is unmatched in the history of the Fourth Republic, demonstrating the strides we can make when we come together in our dedication to serve the people of our great country. I believe that a similar dispatch will be applied to the approval process for my deputy ministerial nominees. This will enable them to promptly assume office and assist their ministers in delivering our noble vision of resetting our dear nation. In making the nominations and considering the numbers involved, I consider the long expressed sentiment of the Ghanaian people about the sheer size of previous administrations and their associated cost implications. I trust that this significant reduction to 60 ministers and deputy ministers, including regional ministers, will set the stage for further reductions in the size of future governments. With the inauguration of the Council of State, we can begin appointing the staff of the presidency. I intend to significantly reduce the number of staff compared to what existed under previous administrations. All this is aimed at leading by example in cutting down government expenditure and reducing the budget deficit. Let me begin, Mr. Speaker, by invoking the timeless words of the hymnist John Oatman Jr., who encourages us to count our blessings and name them one by one. Yes, we're a nation troubled on many fronts, but we also have many blessings, among which is a now firmly established democracy that, for all its imperfections, has enabled 4 peaceful transfers of power in our land. Nestled in a sub-region that is often plagued by strife and political instability, there's a good reason to take sober satisfaction that these successful, peaceful power transfers have become routine. Mr. Speaker, 50 days ago, I took the solemn oath to assume leadership of this country and serve with truth and humility. This was preceded a month earlier by a watershed election that promised to revive our nation's fortunes and give us a new lease of life. The election result gave us an important opportunity to change course and move off the slippery slopes our country had been descending that had caused so much economic pain, suffering, and grief to our people. In their collective wisdom and with resounding clarity, the Ghanaian people chose to chart a new path to reset the country's economy. And through their votes, they made it clear that they will henceforth demand the highest standards of governance from those they put in positions of leadership. The good people of Ghana elected me to office with a historic electoral margin of nearly 1.7 million votes. Separating me from my next opponent, giving Ghanaians the first female vice president, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. For the National Democratic Congress, NDC, that resounding victory is a selfless call to duty from a people who are tired of years of economic hardship and poor governance. That call therefore places an obligation on us and all who serve, including legislators from both sides of the House, to do our utmost with decency and humility to change the circumstances and the state of our country. Mr. Speaker, as I stated earlier, Article 67 of the 1992 Constitution requires that I give an account of the state of our nation to Parliament. I'm sad to report that the state of our nation is not good.